Thank you, Speaker, sir. Before I answer the question, may I thank you for allowing Honorable Nopoto and some leave last night to attend to the Rengu Rengu for a friend, and also this morning to be able to be at the funeral service. And I thank Honorable Nopoto for coming back. We said, I think our colleagues are still in the house. Let's go back. So the honourable member has asked a very pertinent question, and I rise to answer that, and also to draw the relationship between this question and other questions that have been asked in the past, and where Fiji is in our progress towards satisfying the various Millennium Development, Sustainable Development Goals that we have been given as targets and we are working towards. The government's three-tier development first approach is a functional review of the civil service, and it represents a significant national reform initiative aimed at building a modern, responsive, accountable, and development-oriented public service that is capable of effectively delivering government priorities and improving service delivery outcomes for all Fijians. You will recall when we went to that seminar at the Novotel Hotel, the discussions we had there. There was some tier that was shown up by the officials that came, how Fiji was doing under this tier 1, tier 2, and so on. And it's not only development, the physical development that we carry out. It's all the other things that governments do in order to stay abreast with the rest of the world as we try and improve our state in this progress in this millennium. The reform is not merely an administrative exercise, it is a strategic transformation agenda intended to ensure that government institutions, systems, legislation, and workforce capabilities are properly aligned with Fiji's long-term national development priorities, including the government's economic objectives of lifting long-term growth from 3.5% to 6% annually as a critical pathway towards achieving high-income country status by 2050. You also recall that some time ago, a group of senior executives of the World Bank and Asian Development Bank, particularly World Bank, came around to help us in our work towards those. This ambition is not achievable through fiscal policy alone. It requires a capable state machinery that is efficient, coordinated, and performance-driven. The functional review, therefore, plays a central role in ensuring that ministries and public sector staff are properly structured, resourced, and empowered to operationalize the National Development Plan and deliver the reform agenda required to sustain higher and more inclusive growth over time. Mr. Speaker, sir, the functional review team is currently providing the technical expertise and institutional support that is required to advance this important initiative. The review itself is guided by a development-first framework which places service delivery, development impact, and community outcomes at the center of public sector reforms. Under Tier 2, which represents the review and improve phase, the focus is on examining the functions, operations, and mandates of ministries to ensure that government structures and services remain fit for purpose, coordinated, efficient, and supported by relevant and up-to-date legislation, policy frameworks, and operational systems. This phase is particularly important in strengthening whole-of-government alignment, ensuring that ministries are not operating in isolation, but are instead collectively contributing to national growth objectives, productivity improvements, and improved service delivery that underpin the 6% growth target. In that regard, The review is also strengthening institutional accountability and performance management systems across ministries, ensuring that public sector outputs are directly linked to national development outcomes, including economic transformation, job creation, and improved service delivery efficiency. This process will assist in clarifying institutional roles and responsibilities, reducing duplication, improving interagency coordination, and strengthening strategic alignment across government. Importantly, Tier 2 also focuses on modernizing government systems and business processes. The previous question also aligned with this, including greater digital transformation of public services, improved ICT integration, and strengthened workforce capability development to support higher productivity across ministries. The figures of these diagnostic and analytical activities are expected to produce evidence-based recommendations to support organizational structuring, stronger central agency coordination, improved workforce planning, enhanced data governance systems, and clearer decision-making and accountability arrangements across all levels of government. These reforms are directly aligned with government's broader development priorities, including strengthening public sector performance, improving governance systems, accelerating digital transformation, enhancing service delivery, and building resilient institutions capable of supporting sustained long-term economic growth. Consistent with the development first emphasis, Tier 2 will also strengthen the integration of key cross-cutting national priorities into government systems and planning processes. These include gender equality, disability inclusion, social inclusion, youth empowerment, climate resilience, and disaster risk management. This ensures that the reform agenda is not only focused on efficiency gains, but also on inclusive development outcomes that support equitable participation in Fiji's growth story. Because Tier 3 builds upon the outcomes of Tiers 1 and 2 and focuses specifically on supporting the implementation of a more coordinated, province-based system for rural development planning, coordination, and decision-making under the proposed Rural Development Flagship. This phase is critical in translating institutional reforms into tangible development outcomes at the community level, particularly in the rural areas and the maritime and vulnerable communities that must benefit directly from Fiji's broader economic transformation. In that regard, the development of a national rural development policy under the Ministry of Rural and Maritime Development and Disaster Management will provide a strengthened framework for coordinated, efficient, and outcome-focused service delivery in rural areas. Speaker, Sir, Tier 3 will ensure that ministries and implementing agencies are structurally, operationally aligned to deliver integrated services at the community level, reducing fragmentation and improving responsiveness, accountability, and development outcomes. This includes strengthening the operational capacity of ministries and staff to effectively implement government development priorities in a coordinated manner, ensuring that national plans are translated into measurable results on the ground. The initiative therefore reflects government's commitment to balanced and inclusive national development, ensuring that no region or community is left behind in Fiji's economic and social transformation. Speaker, Sir, the functional review, guided by the three-tier development first approach, is a forward-looking reform program that strengthens the capability of the state to deliver on Fiji's long-term development ambitions, including sustainable economic growth, improved productivity, and enhanced public service delivery. I'm confident that this process will deliver practical, measurable, and long-term improvements across government systems, institutional performance, and service delivery outcomes for the benefit of all Fijians. I'm sure all members will recall the Honourable Leader of the Opposition urging us on the government side to put everything we have in our budget preparation in line or align them with the development programs or sustainable development programs that we have in mind for the nation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir.
Thank the Honourable Prime Minister for his response.